Hi, I'm Rob Conrad. I've had Mustangs and I've had Corvettes, but what really got me into the collectible car world, I bought a 1951 Packard convertible for a wedding transportation business. That's when I started to meet people and friends and started to understand the camaraderie that comes with all the people involved with little cars. So I started a podcast back in, it was 2019. And it was great. Had a lot of episodes, a lot of great interaction with people. And when I stopped doing it, people said, let's have another episode. Let's have some more. We really like it. Got some great response. And so in the middle of the night, my brain, you wake up in the middle of the night and had one of those things where it said, do it with video. So here we go. Our first episode of Collecting Cars with Rob Conrad on video. I hope you love it. I hope you enjoy it. We'll be going to a lot of different car shows and talking to individuals. This is Mob Inc. in Birmingham, the first car show of 2025, happened on January 4th. You're going to meet the people and see the cars, and here we go. So I'm here at the Mob Inc. show, first one of January, first Saturday, 2025, with the president of Mob Inc., Tom Fisher. Now, Tom, explain to our viewers, what is Mob Inc., first of all?
So Mob Inc. is a car club. We're bringing the car club community together to bring all car enthusiasts to, what we want to have is, we all have the same passion. We love the cars, and we love all different types of cars. I don't care if you got a wheelbarrow with mags on it. Bring it out. We're here the first Saturday of every month, 40 Emory Center Parkway, and it's just, we want everybody to get together to have a good time. We do poker runs, we do rallies. Membership you'll get is pretty important to be on. You'll get our newsletters. We do a quarterly meeting with all of our members. Yeah. If there's anything we can do better or want to change, our members tell us what we can do to help out and make things better.
So the thing that is really appealing to me is it's not just one flavor of cars. It's all types, whether it's off-road, sports cars, old cars. You welcome everybody, and I really like that.
Everybody.
Yeah. Now, I heard someone as we were driving around in your golf cart, anybody can put on a car show, but this is not just a car show. There's something very special about it.
It's a car club.
Very unique. I mean, you've got vendors here. You have T-shirt sales, you've got music playing, you've got a lot of sponsors that are displaying their wares that are of interest to all these people. So why did you decide to take this on? That's a big production. Why did you decide to do it?
Because we wanted to have the car club. It's not really just a car show. It is a car show, but it's a car club. Everybody here, especially in this main arena, these are all members of Mob Inc. They're members that we get together, we have dinners quarterly, and we wanted to have a club that sticks together and stays together.
Okay. Now tell us about this trailer. It's kind of a mind blower. Now, what do you use this trailer for?
This trailer is for our gear. This is for our golf carts, our tent, all of our apparel, all of our T-shirts that we sell. Just anything it takes to put on a car show, we can put in this trailer. We've never hauled a car with it.
Yeah. Now, how did you start? What your interest in passionate cars? Where did that begin?
Probably when I was born. My father owned Tom Fisher Racing Enterprises, and I grew up with a wrench in my hand building race cars with my father. I remember at a very young age we were outside in Cleveland, Ohio, freezing cold, and my mother had to bring me inside because I was turning blue because it was so cold because I wanted to be out there working on the cars. Yeah. And a quarter-mile racing, eighth-mile racing, up north it's really big. Yeah. Here it's pretty big in the south as well, but nothing like it is up in Ohio.
Yeah. So, you started with what, domestic cars? I know you've had Camaros and Corvettes, and now you have a lot of different sports cars you have had over the years, right?
I've had a bunch of different cars. My first real car was probably a 74 AMX Javelin.
Oh, really?
And then I went on to an El Camino, and I've had everything. I've had Lamborghinis, Ferraris, Maseratis, Pro Street Camaros, 79 Corvettes, C6 Corvettes.
Right. Now, you said you grew up with a wrench in your hand. If you're not a mechanic, can you get involved with the hobby?
Sure. Anybody's welcome here.
Okay. And as far as just being involved with exotic cars or collectible old cars, is there any cautions you give to people about investments they can make or mistakes they might make?
The only thing I would say, just be careful what you're buying. Make sure it's certified, that somebody has taken a look at the car. If you're going to spend $200,000 plus on a car, make sure it's inspected.
Okay. Well, thank you for your hospitality today. We're going to look around and talk to your members and guests, and talk about their cars and how they got into it and why they come.
Thank you.
Thank you. Tom Fisher, everybody.
Thank you. You want to? Okay, we're going to do the awards. So we're going to do the award ceremony. We do best of show, we do runner-up, and we do rising star. The rising star is some kid or somebody's building a car. I don't care if it's a kid or if it's an old guy building a car. We see that you're building a car and you keep bringing it. We like to see the how.
Oh yeah, month to month. Yeah, that's a nice idea. I like that. Yeah. What year is this Bronco?
73. Or well, we say that. Ford doesn't know.
Why is that?
Registered as a 74, but it's in this weird sequence of VIN numbers where they don't really know.
Is that right?
Yeah, because it went from one, sequentially went from one series to the next in an overlap. 74 started being made when...
But they were still making the cars.
So they don't really know.
Isn't that bizarre?
Yeah.
What do you call it a 73?
I call it a 73 based on the features and options that I've seen on it.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Yeah.
Over the years, so much could have been changed that it could be 66 for all I know.
Well, isn't that something about the revitalization of the brand name? Now it's huge.
Oh my gosh!
I mean, you see them everywhere.
You see the retro modern ones now going for just incredible amounts of money.
Yeah, Like what would be a high end?
Oh, $250,000?
No, really?
Yeah. For the new, fully built ones from like classic Broncos, yeah.
Wow.
'Cause it's a modern vehicle built out of the original body.
Yeah.
But I had, this is not this one, but I had one when I was 16. My first car was
Really?
76. And
Was that part of the reason why you wanted this one?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It took me 20-something years to find another one.
Yeah.
And I tried to track that one down, but
that's...
they didn't have VIN numbers back then.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
it's kind of hard to, to go find it.
Wow.
But yeah, I've always loved them. And I've got 2 kids, so, they can sit in the back, and, take the top off, and it's something really fun to just cruise around in. So they love it.
Well, thank you, Tyler. Nice to chat with us.
Yeah.
So one of the things I really like about the Mob Inc. show is it's not just Ferraris and Porsches and Lamborghinis. It's all kinds of cars, and the older cars are here too, which so many people are into. A 72 Olds 442, and John, it's a beautiful car. Good to see you, man.
I appreciate it. Good
Thanks
to
for
see
showing
you.
it to us. So, how long have you had it?
Well, I bought the car from the original owners in 1985 when I was 16.
Well, see, those are the stories I love, So, how did you know them? The neighbors, friends, family, or what?
No, I got a picture, an encyclopedia of old cars for Christmas, and looked through and found a 71 442, and thought, I want one of those. But I sold it after my first year of college, and then bought it back about 20 years ago.
Did you really?
Sure did.
Okay.
Sure did. So
Wow.
sat in the garage for a while till I could do some things to it and get it running again.
Well, so this is the same car. It's not one like it.
Same car.
That's the great story. Was it hard to find?
It wasn't. In 1985, there were a couple advertised used for sale, and found the car pretty easily that year. And then my dad kept up with it. It was bought new in Montgomery, and my dad kept up with who owned it after we sold it, and told the guy, hey, if you ever get ready to sell it, my son might want to buy it back. So it worked out.
That's a great story. I love that. So, was this the original color?
No, it was originally silver, faded when I bought it, and I worked that summer to have it painted, and thought I want a black car.
Yeah. So you chose the red stripes on the hood and everything
I
like
did.
that. What? Obviously 442. 4-speed or not?
It's an automatic.
Okay.
3-speed automatic.
All right.
It's got a 455 in it.
Okay. So is there like a 442 club, a Facebook page or anything like that? Do you know?
Not specifically that I'm aware of. There's a classic Oldsmobile site that I'm a member of,
Okay.
and then that's sort of an international chat group and so forth. It's very full of very knowledgeable people, and then I've seen a few here in town at some of the local shows. So.
Yeah. Do you drive the car a lot?
I
Just to
get
shows
it out
or
every couple of weeks
Okay.
and drive it a little bit.
Yeah.
Took it out this past weekend for a couple of hours, drove and put about 100 miles on it.
Yeah.
So.
Do you have people asking about it when you park at places?
Occasionally, yeah, I do. It's a lot of fun. That's what I enjoy about it too.
Yeah.
Is just talking with other people,
Yeah.
seeing their cars and reliving old memories with
Yeah.
them.
So would you say that you're mechanically inclined? Did you do a lot of that work yourself?
No, I don't. I'm not a mechanic at
Yeah.
all. I just like to drive them, and
You know, I like hearing that because I'm not. I like to drive them, and it gives us all hope that if you are, that's great.
Yeah.
But if you're not, you still can get in the hobby, right?
yeah, absolutely. And it's harder to find somebody that can work on the old cars these days, but they're still
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah. Well, you know, the funny thing is, for a lot of people like me, 72 is not ancient history, but you talk to young people, I mean, that's a million years ago, and these are really, you know,
Yeah,
it's
these are
part of the
old.
history. You're keeping the knowledge alive and talking to people, showing the car. That's great.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun, and even some of the younger kids see it sometimes and really enjoy looking at it.
Yeah.
So hopefully they'll keep the hobby alive for the older cars, and they'll,
I agree with that.
instead of going to the crusher one day.
Okay. Well, we'll walk around and get some good video.
Good to see you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, man.
I enjoyed it.
Thank you. So I'm delighted to introduce you to Scott Pierce. We've known each other for well over a decade or two, haven't we?
Absolutely, Rob.
Yeah.
We have known each other over 10 years.
Yeah. So you're a car guy, and I've known that for a long time. And I came out to the Mob Inc. show, and you're the gatekeeper, letting everybody park in the designated area and putting people where they belong. But you're the president of marketing. And
I'm vice president.
Vice president.
Yes.
So is Tom the president?
Tom is the president.
Okay. But you're marketing and public affairs and your community awareness and all that stuff. And before we get into that, well, let's do that right now, because what you just said to me really rang a bell. The Mob Inc. Club. What is you said 4 standards you have?
Yeah, Mob Inc.'s built on 4 principles. There's philanthropy,
Yeah.
fellowship, mentorship, and leadership. So one of the things that we found is being, moderately successful in life, and we wanted to give back. That's really the underlying side of everybody in Mob Inc. We want to give back. We have a lot of these kids up and coming asking us, hey, how do I get there? How do I do that?
Yeah.
There's your leadership.
Yeah. So
your mentorship.
Are you advising them on the businesses they might want to enter, or
Absolutely.
entrepreneurial aspects?
A lot of things like, let's start off like I had a kid the other day say, hey, it's New Year's. He is a runner at the University of Kentucky, and he goes, what do I need to do for New Year's? And I said, hey man, concentrate on school, concentrate on your running. The rest will fall in place.
Yeah.
So a lot of these kids, let's say starting off, get a job. Let's get a job. Let's maintain consistency. Let's do the right things in life. The rest of this stuff will fall into place. None of this we had when we were 16.
Yeah, and if you look around, there's a lot of young people here. It's not the old school car people. You got a lot of young people interested in the cars, and I think it's wonderful that you take them under the wing and you talk to them and you advise them like that. But I want to find out about your car. Now, Tom told me he thought this was the fastest car here.
It's not the fastest car here, but it's the fastest car around the corner. It's faster than Tom's car around the corner, but I think Tom's car is faster on the straight.
Yeah.
I think it's straight. I think on the straight, there are a lot more faster
Yeah, we're
cars.
talking corners and straight. You think so? Okay, but on the
Absolutely.
corner, yeah. Well, tell us about the car. I mean,
The car is
you don't see this every day.
No, it's a 2024 GT3 RS. I just acquired it about 3 weeks ago.
Where did you get it from?
I got it from Porsche Birmingham.
Uh-huh.
And
now, had you been on a long waiting list for this, or what happened?
yeah, that's a long story. So I go see those guys a lot, and I'm like, hey, when this comes in, you guys really need to talk to me.
Yeah.
Sure enough, came in, they called me. I said, yes. I forgot to ask the price, but Oh well, I'm committed.
Yeah.
So
And as we see it, is everything stock? Is it leadership, the
this-
wing and everything?
The car came like this. It's the Wysock package. So everything about the car is functional. From the downforce, at 175 miles an hour, this thing has over 1,800 pounds of downforce.
So it's not going up in the air. It's staying down.
No.
Wow.
So Porsche did a lot of different things from guiding hot air around the car so it doesn't come. The cold air is guided through the top to go into the air induction in the back. The warm air is guided around the sides. The wing itself.
The engine wants the cool air.
The engine wants the cooling.
Yeah.
It's a 4-liter inline V6. It produces about 518 horsepower. Not a whole lot of horsepower, but compared to the GT3, the spring set is about 50% stiffer. So the car is really just made. It's a race car.
Okay.
It's made to go around the track.
Will you take it to Barbers?
Oh yeah, I took it to Barbers about 2 weeks ago. So
And
I'm still in the
did you-
break-in miles though. Rob.
Okay. you didn't give it all? Is that what you
No,
said?
can't do it yet, but
Wow.
I got to baby it right now for
Yeah.
about 400 more miles.
Wow,
But I'm
okay.
trying. I'm going to the grocery store in it and everything right now.
And carefully parking it in the parking lot.
Park at the back.
So when you look at all the supercars and some you've had, why did you decide on this one?
You know,
Ferrari, Lamborghini.
I'll tell you this. I had a, excuse me. I
Sorry.
had another supercar, and people go,
Which was?
Which was a Maserati MC20, and wonderful car, stupid fast. The problem was it just depreciated so fast. So people go, why'd you choose this? I said, well, I got tired of watching dollars flow out of the garage door, and now I see dollars flowing in the garage door.
So you're
Porsche
saying-
maintains its value very, very
Okay.
well.
Could you sell this car today at the
For
show
more than I paid for it.
You could.
Yes.
Then that's pretty remarkable for any car. And
Yeah, it is. It is.
But you're not doing it. You're not selling.
No. I'm not selling this
Not
car.
this week, anyway.
I've got this one and a GT3, the yellow GT3, and I love them both.
Yeah.
And I'm not selling them
All
right
right.
now. No.
Well,
Unless you
know
want to
what?
buy one.
You know what? I enjoyed our talk, and I'm going to take you up on your invite to come to any of your events and
Absolutely.
and make everybody aware of the organization that you represent. Which is, I hate to just call it a car club because it is a community. It's
is.
It's
It
really
is.
cool to see what you guys are doing.
We are, and you know what? Above all, we're all friends.
That's pretty nice.
You know what? We're all good friends.
Yeah.
And that's the first thing. In fact, our flyer at the World of Wheels, the very last thing of the membership benefit says best friends in the world.
Wow.
That's what it's going to say.
Scott, thank you, sir.
Thanks, Rob. Good to see you
Good
again,
to see
sir.
you, man. Oh, it's a pleasure.
Man.
So, Herb, I'm really glad to meet you.
Yes,
and
sir.
talk to you
Yes,
about
sir.
your Corvette.
Yeah.
E-Ray. Now,
This is E-Ray.
2025.
Yes, sir.
Tell us the unique thing about this car that a lot of people have no idea exists with Corvettes.
Well, the unique thing about the E-Ray is it's an all-wheel drive hybrid.
Hybrid.
Which has the gasoline motor in the rear.
Yeah.
And you have the electric motors out front, which nothing ties any of that together but the calibration of the computer. Okay. Hadn't got a chance to really enjoy it yet because I still hadn't put but 200 miles on it.
Wow, brand new, 2025 now.
Brand
Is this
new.
the very first year that's been offered by Corvette to have the hybrid situation?
This is the very first year that Chevrolet has did this. It's a new thing with the Chevrolet in performance-wise, in the performance category.
Now, do you have to go through a break-in period where you drive at a certain speed, not too much, or how does that work?
Yes, sir. You do go through a break-in period. You have a 500-mile break-in period, which all the C8s have that break-in period. But you also, after that break-in period, you have a 7,500 mile oil change that you have to do after that break-in period. Yeah,
okay.
but that's pretty good.
So how many Corvettes have you had?
I've had 7 Corvettes.
7 Corvettes.
I still own previously a C7, a Z06 Gen, as well as the C8 E-Ray.
Now, can you tell a lot of difference in performance, or haven't been able to find that out yet, or what's the story with that?
I can tell the difference in the suspension. This car is a lot softer than my Z06. The ride comfort to me is better, but the Z06 offers a lot of stiffness.
Yeah, right.
More track capable car
right.
than this car.
Yeah.
But as far as the horsepower, I mean, I think they're right together.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it's a beautiful car. What is this color?
They call that color a hysteria purple, which Corvette Chevrolet comes up with these crazy names.
like
But
it, yeah.
but to me, it's a purple.
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
it can give you
yeah.
several different shades of color depending on how the light hits
Yeah.
it.
Well, you can
Right.
say purple or dark blue, but you look at the difference between this blue car here. I mean, it's a distinct difference.
Right.
Yeah.
It's very distinctive.
Yeah.
In the year that they do these colors.
Right. So, how old is your oldest Corvette?
It's a 2015. I bought it in 2015. Went through it a whole lot. Went through the motor.
Yeah.
Got cammed up. Methanol,
Yeah.
standalone fuel system, headers,
Wow.
the whole nine.
Rock and roll, baby.
Rock and roll, rock and roll, rock and roll. But that's the way we do it around here in the Birmingham area.
Yeah. Thank you. Beautiful car. You enjoy it, and maybe someday you'll give us a ride. Huh?
Yes, sir. Thank
All
you
right,
so
good.
much.
Thanks. So when you come to a car show, I said earlier, you never know who you're going to run into. Craig, we've known each other for a number of years, right?
Well over 20.
Yeah. So Birmingham Brokers, how long did you tell me? 17 years?
16 years, May of 08 is when we opened.
Well, congratulations. That is describe that. I want to say consignment dealership. Is it? Or what how do you say it?
Exactly. Our job is to help people get rid of their vehicles, you know, to not take a bath trading it in,
Yeah.
to, you know, not deal with the public marketplaces and
put it
strangers
on-
coming to
yeah,
your driveway
yeah.
and all that.
Okay.
So just basically, I was in real estate prior, so I just kind of tried to take the real estate approach to cars where I would be 100% consignment. You know, in Alabama, we go by something called the limited consensual dual agency, where we try to represent a buyer and a seller equally.
Okay.
And so that's kind of the concept.
So I come to your dealership and see a car that I like. Am I dealing with you on the price or the owner? How does that work?
As far as if you come as a buyer,
Yeah.
you'll come to me. You know, we try to price our cars aggressively. We try to price them according to the market. If you have an offer that makes sense, that's understandable, I don't mind calling the owner and presenting that offer. But at the moment that it's advertised, that's the price. You know,
Okay.
and we don't have the
Yes.
ability to negotiate without discussing it with the
You
seller.
got to make a phone call or contact him and whatever and say this has been offered, see if he accepts.
Absolutely.
Okay. So I saw you driving in this very unique Ferrari. So it's a 2015 and two-door.
Yeah, it's called the FF. It's a 12-cylinder monster for sure.
Gosh.
Yeah, 19,000 miles.
Yeah.
This one's going to be certified pre-owned. The gentleman we're selling it for bought it certified pre-owned, so that will stay with the car until June 30th of 2026.
Okay. When you say certified, well, how does that work? What does that mean?
That means it's going to mimic the factory warranty of the car, just extends it on. Ferrari is doing some type of warranty system with their cars. I'm just now learning about it because it's hard for me to keep up with each make and manufacturer and how they work. But I think it's called the something 15 warranty, where I believe every 2 or 3 years you can continue to extend the warranty while it's under certification warranty and just carry it on, I believe, for up to 15 years. I think they're trying to.
So a guy knows of your reputation, or was he something that you knew when he brought this car in?
Typically, most of the vehicles that come into us are by word of mouth and referral.
Okay.
Referrals.
All right. So, I mean, this looks like a very pristine, unique vehicle. What was the selling price of this?
We're going to start it at $159. If we haven't had any real action by the World of Wheels, we're going to make a drop on it.
Yeah.
But we feel like we're kind of in the market at that price.
Kind of like the real estate business, you know, reduction in price. You see those signs all the time.
Exactly.
Price reduced.
Exactly.
Wow. So a unique car, and I imagine this is a good place for people to see it and learn about it.
This is just a great community.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody wants to come up and talk to you about your car.
Yeah.
No matter
Yeah.
what it is you're driving.
Yeah.
You know, it's a bond that we definitely have.
Yeah.
It's in our blood.
Well, thank you for telling us about your dealership and your business and your cars that you have.
It's always good to see you.
How many cars down there at any given time?
We usually carry 60 to 65 at a time.
Okay. All
And they're
types
not all
of-
high end. You
Right.
know, we have a reputation for carrying high end, but we also carry the everyday cars, and that's what really pays our bills.
All right, Birmingham Brokers.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Greg. You never know who you run into at car shows. Joe Alfano, we've been friends for a few years now.
Yes,
in the car world.
Yes.
And nice surprise to see you here.
Thank you.
Tell us about your Buick. Now, we're just chatting. This is a GS 455 Grand Sport, is that correct?
Well, it's actually a tribute. When I bought the car, it was a Skylark Custom.
Okay.
But it's
no, tribute means you've made it
into a
GS.
A GS,
yeah.
correct.
With
all the
badging,
specs, badging, and the engine, the rear end, and everything.
Okay. So, but the unique thing about this car is that you said this was the first automobile you ever bought.
First car I ever bought, 1982. Ran across it for sale in front of a gas station, and he was asking $2,000 for it, and I took my dad down there, and we tried to negotiate, and he was firm on his $2,000. And Dad said it was late at night, it was close to closing time, and the guy said he stuck to his price, and Dad said, "Okay, we'll talk to you later." Dad's walking away, and I'm shaking the guy's hand. Dad was so mad. He was probably right. He would have probably taken $1,900.
Yeah, but
he saw it in my face that I had to have it. So lesson learned that day.
Well, let's talk about it. Besides the badging and the other things you described, what have you done to this car to make it look brand new like this?
Well, it's been repainted, new interior, new top. Of course, the tops have been repainted about 10 years ago.
Okay,
so, yeah.
But the interior as a GS should be, correct?
Well, they also shared it to a custom. So the interior was it's just like it is, because it was a Skylark Custom, which shared the interior with a GS, same interior. So it had bucket seats, had the it had the rally, the rims and everything. It was real simple to turn it into a GS. It was just almost there except for the motor.
Now, obviously, you get a lot of attention with the car, but you have a lot of emotional value with it. Would you part with the car if someone said, "I really want that car"?
No, I've tried. I've done that with other cars before, and then throw out an offer that I not really want to sell it offer, then they take it. But now, every time somebody asks me now, I just tell them, "No, it's not mine. It belongs to my son."
Because he's going to get the car.
Absolutely, yeah. So
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
so it's just easy. It just ends the conversation. I don't want to entertain anything. So
that's the wonderful thing about the older cars is a lot of them, like we just talked to John a few minutes ago with his Oldsmobile. There's a lot of emotional attachment to them, and a lot of sometimes family tradition with them.
Yeah, I left my wedding in this car.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I picked up my kids from hospital in this car. So
yeah.
So it's a family member. Yeah, my wife says it comes first. Yeah. My first love, she says.
Well, thanks for showing us the car
sure.
and talking to us about it, and keep showing it and telling people about it.
Well, enjoyed it. Nice. Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
The last Best of Show award goes to the Billy's race car.